Hey, what's up? We love Burger King grilled dogs. They're made with 100% beef, and they're 100%. They're so good, they make us want to sing like... I can't believe it. Burger King made a grilled dog. Made with 100% beef. Flame grilled anytime you want. You can try it in classic or chili cheese.
Flame grilled and made with 100% beef, starting at just $1.99. Get a grilled dog now at participating Burger King restaurants. Flame grilling hot dogs since 2016. Price and participation vary.
Blog Talk Radio.
The Wacko Network proudly presents Chewing the Fat with Big and Beefy. Next, introducing your hosts, Chefs Rob Burmeister and Clemenza Caserta Jr. Yeah, what? What's up, people? How you doing?
I just wanted to play again. Hey, that happens, man. So what's going on, Rob? Big football day today. We got a lot of special guests. We got Chef Barbie from Season 10, Hell's Kitchen, calling in tonight.
Yeah.
We got my buddy Phil from New York Rocks.
That's right.
Got a couple other people and friends and guests calling in.
Hope so. You know, we got the number out there. We like people to call us today. Number 646-478-5337.
And don't forget to mention today's sponsors for our show are...
We got Ski Watch.
And Vice AG.
That's right.
All right,
Promotion.
we can't do it without them. So, Rob, what do you think? Big week in food and television shows. We got Master Chef down to the final two. What do you think about that? We got Luca and we got Natasha. We got two people left. Another season is almost gone. Gordon Ramsay just making shows.
Yeah, I know. He's making a ton of shows. It was pretty good. You know, that other girl got kicked off. Two girls got kicked off this week, right?
So what do you think about that? Let me ask you your opinion on it. This is coming from we both have done a couple of shows. You got Chrissy that was on.
See if she can hear.
And you know, she got booted off. She kind of had a crappy attitude. I kind of liked her a lot until she started getting a little shitty with an attitude. But
yeah.
You know, I mean, look, I can understand some of that being on the show. It gets frustrating. You get angry. But again, you know, we're down to the final two. And who do you want to win? Let me ask you that.
I want that guy Luca then. Right, that's his name, Luca? Luca, yeah.
Come on, he's Italian. If I want him to win, somebody's got to represent. Some Italian's got to win a food show over here already. I didn't win Hell's Kitchen. At least this guy's got to win Master Chef.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what. For the first few weeks, I thought he was French. But I'll tell you what, the guy screws up a little bit, and then he comes back strong.
Well, he's got heart. He's got a lot of heart. People don't realize, you know, a big part of cooking is the passion and the heart. When it comes from the heart and you have the passion to do it, I don't care what you look. Again, we were talking about this the other day. You give 5 guys a meatball recipe, the same ingredients, they're going to come out 5 different ways. It all depends on your technique, the passion, the love, the feel, the touch. It's all a big part of it, man. I don't think people really get that sometimes.
No. People just think they can throw something together, read it off a page, and, you know, it's going to taste exactly like, yours. But it doesn't work out that way.
That's the other thing, too, what I try to tell people all the time, is when you got a recipe or you got something that you're doing, yeah, right, it said a cup of garlic, a shot of this, a fucking thing of this. Make it your own. If you want to add more garlic, add more garlic. If you want to add more salt, add more salt. You don't want to put it any way. Yeah, I don't care what you do. It's just the basis of what you're going to do.
Right.
You know, it's a basic formula to follow.
Yeah. You always like to make it your own anyway.
Absolutely. Getting back to the show, we got a couple of good things lined up. We got the top 5. We got some culinary do's and don'ts. We got our favorite places to go. We got the great debate, which, you know what, let's start that off right now.
Sure.
This is something me and Rob have been arguing about for quite some time, and it's been an ongoing debate. I want you people to jump in right away and give us your opinion. Is it gravy, Rob, or is it sauce? When coming from an Italian family every Sunday, we made Sunday gravy. We cooked meatballs and the braciole and the sausage and the tomatoes and cooked for hours upon hours. And my grandmother, my mother would be up in the kitchen making, my father making gravy all day long. I say it's gravy, you say it's sauce. Why do you say it's sauce? Tell me.
Because that's how I grew up. I mean, gravy to me, coming from a German, Irish, Hungarian family.
Well, that's your problem right there. You're German and Irish.
Yeah,
You're not Italian.
Well, exactly. But, gravy was brown and sauce was red. But,
that's what I got to say to you. And your goddamn Sunday sauce, right?
But I did grow up being best friends with Italian.
See, what I get where you're coming from, though. You can't call it tomato gravy. It's tomato sauce.
Right.
But here's my thing, and this is what makes it a gravy. And understand this, and I know you do, is what makes gravy to me is thick. Yes, it is brown. But what makes the Sunday gravy is the meatballs, the meat. You're cooking it for hours. It's thick freaking gravy. Tomato sauce is very light and saucy.
Right, exactly.
But you still want to call it sauce?
I'll call it sauce, but...
And I just got to say this. Rob is wearing red shorts and his red shirt, and you look like a friggin' bowl of sauce over there right now anyway. So I had enough of the Sunday sauce.
I look like a bowl of gravy.
Oh.
I got your meatballs right here.
Nice.
But, now being in the restaurant business and stuff and, cooking with different families, I mean, I grew up with my neighbor's Tom Conti. He went to St. Peter's with us.
Absolutely.
And,
I can see calling it Sunday sauce.
No, but they called it gravy.
And
they showed me how to make it. Yeah. And, I would argue, but it's not a huge argument. I've learned to call it gravy.
Okay.
Now, although, behind closed doors, I'll be like, you making sauce?
And look at this. We got an email coming in from Frankie Nuts, whatever it is over here, saying, it's gravy, you friggin' moron. Oh, Frankie. Listen. All right, you see, I got one guy on my side out there. I don't know who Frankie is, but you know what, Frankie? You got a good friggin' view over here. It's gravy.
Ooh, we just got another email.
Nice.
From, I can't really say it. It's very German. I think it's Augustine Schlotzenfield. And he said, it's sauce, you horse's ass.
Nice.
And he goes, is it gravy? 9.
Nice. Nice.
So, we got the chat room going now, too. If you people don't want to call in, at 646-478-5337. Give us a...
and we got our first caller coming in from somewhere. Rob, you know how to answer this freaking thing?
Sure, you just hit the microphone.
Yeah, that makes sense. Hello.
Hello. You have reached the Big and Beefy Show.
Hello.
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 Yeah. Hello. Can you hear us?
Hey, I got a question for you guys.
Sure.
All right. Look, I'm thinking about opening up a hot sauce company. Okay. What do you think would be my best angle? Since I'm a rookie, like, what should I do to pursue it?
All right. Well, there's a few things first. You got to find a good bottle that's going to stand out. You got to get your recipe together. You got to get.
I have them all. I got 15 of them. All right. So I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, that's cool. That's your first step. So you got that done. You really got to self-promote it.
Yeah, I mean, look, the whole key is marketing. They tell you eat more with your eyes and with your hands. You can have the best product in the world. You need something, a bottle, a label that's going to jump out. Then there's 50,000 venues you're going to need to put it on. I mean, look, if you got the capital to do certain things, I would start out small, get a little online website, promote through social media, give a lot of bottles away in the beginning. What I would do, too, is instead of bottle, go up with a little plastic thing, something that's a little more affordable, and send people out some samples to get your product out there. Look, as a chef and as somebody, there's a lot of times I put certain things on a menu, and people are a little skeptical to eat them, but if I give people little samples, look, hot sauce is big nowadays. The whole world is friggin' into pepper. I got 14.
So you got a name for it?
Yeah, what's your
name, by the way?
It's going to be Crazy Slave hot sauce.
All right.
I like that. I'd be interested in even buying a couple of bottles.
Yeah. What's your base? What pepper do you use? What's your base pepper?
Well, no, I got 15 different ones. I have a ghost pepper in one.
Ooh, nice.
ghost pepper, habaneros. I love habaneros. I make a strawberry serrano sweet and sour sauce that is unbelievable on pancakes and ice cream.
Ooh, really?
I mean, my shit's crazy, or my stuff's crazy. I don't know if I can curse.
Well, you already did. You can say that. So, but
no, that sounds awesome, though. I mean, see, that's cool because a lot of people think hot sauce just goes on wings or on pizza or whatever. I like that. You like it on ice cream and stuff. That's pretty.
Well, I put it on everything. Like my daughter, like I tried to put a French fry in her ketchup, and she said, "Daddy, that's not hot sauce."
Nice. We got another caller calling in right now. It looks like another Jersey guy over here with a 201.
Yeah, this is Jojo Antorio.
Oh!
Hey. Hi, Don.
What are you doing?
I can't hear the show, so I don't know what you're talking about. Otherwise, I was doing more, but...
We're talking about hot sauce right now. We got someone on the line. He's got his own hot sauce he's bottling. He's got some fantastic ideas, and we were just saying... a good way to promote it, a good way to get started, and he's got a kick-ass name, and he's got some great ideas that he's doing, and that's where we're at right now.
He's got, there's, what is that, strawberry and serrano, sweet and sour. I like that.
Hey, well, that's sriracha.
I'm sure he's got one, too. Let me tell you,
sriracha's good.
Here's the thing about
my favorite sriracha, my second besides sriracha is definitely the habanero sauce, and that's yucateca.
Right.
Yeah,
I'll tell you about a little sriracha there. It bit me in the ass on Chopped. I went to use it, and they didn't refrigerate it, so the thing exploded and dumped into my dish, and it made it a little spicy, but I got it through to the next round. But sriracha is one of my favorites.
I had a truffle oil initial in Hell's Kitchen, but I'm not going to go there.
Right.
We're going to stick with the hot sauce. Hot sauce is all about, look, people think... Years ago, it was just Tabasco. When I grew up, it was nothing but Tabasco sauce. In my opinion, Tabasco is the worst fucking hot sauce on the market right now. There's no flavor to it. You want some garlic in there. You want hints of herb in there. You want the heat, yes. But you want flavor to it. I like this guy's idea. Hot sauce on ice cream. You know what? I'm a fat bastard. I'm going to go home and try that later on tonight.
I'll tell you what, man.
I'm going to call in every week now. You guys got me locked in for the week. Go G-Man. And we'll talk to you next week.
All right, well, when you do bottle it, call us back, and we'll help you promote it.
Yeah.
All right, thanks a lot, guys.
Yeah,
all right, take it easy. Hello there.
All right.
Well,
look, I like the hot sauce idea, man.
Yeah, I like the callers.
I like it. I like the fact that you threw in the bacon. Bacon, ice cream, hot sauce?
Yeah.
And ice cold beer. That's a great combo right there.
You can make beer ice cream.
Even better.
I mean, as long as you put sugar in it. That's why people will be afraid to try that unless you give it to them for nothing. They're not going to pay $10 for a sundae with bacon and beer ice cream.
That's the thing. And the sad part is, or the messed up part is, there's so many people out there with such great ideas, and it's all about the marketing. And to get your product out there, I'd go out on the street corner and hand out people little packets of hot sauce. Try this, try this.
Well, that was the thing on another Gordon Ramsay show, Kitchen Nightmares. When he gets sometimes when he gets a place running,
he goes out.
He goes to the supermarket and hands out the stuff.
Absolutely.
You have to give a little taste.
That's what you should do. What you should do, guys, if you still listen, is go to your local convenience store, your local butcher, and give them out to the customers. Get them to try it. It's all about promoting your product, man. You got to get it out there.
Yeah. I mean, you can hire companies to do it, but nowadays you can do everything on your own.
Yeah.
I mean, look at us. You get yourself a podcast and, talk about hot sauce or, there's people out there. There's a lid for every pot out there, and there's people that love hot sauce.
Look, let me tell you something. I put hot sauce on everything. I just put it on my pizza the other day. Now, coming from an Italian family, hot sauce on pizza, I almost got fucking backhanded by my father, but again, nothing wrong with that. Hey, it's all about what you
put
like.
Red chili flake on everything.
Yeah.
All you got to do is, I made actually a hot cherry pepper sauce once. And it was spicy, but it was phenomenal because it was
here's the funny part about cherry peppers. I work with a bunch of Spanish guys. They literally take a jalapeno, cut it in half, put a piece of lemon on it, eat like it's nothing. I gave him a cherry pepper to eat. He's like, yo, S.A., why is this so hot, man? I eat it like it's candy. And the thing with the cherry peppers, it's got a great flavor. Right. It's got a nice acidity level to it. Cherry pepper hot. Well, you know what?
The vinegar too, it actually opens your taste buds, and
Absolutely.
then
That's what
that capsaicin hits. So
there you go. Work right there. I like that.
All right.
All right. Friggin' Rob.
So, yeah, give us a call. That was good, man. I mean, we need to hear from more callers about some stuff. In a little while, we got Barbie Marshall from Hell's Kitchen 10 with, a fellow castmate of my buddy here, Beefy, Clem Caserta.
That's big over there, Rob Burmeister.
Yeah.
But let's talk about, we got our top 5 this week. We're going to talk about our top 5 fast food places to eat. And not that I'm a big fast food guy, you wouldn't tell by looking at me, but, I got to go with, if we're going burgers and fast food, I know you're going to fucking think I'm crazy. I got to say White Castle.
I love White Castle.
I don't
You're
like
not
them.
crazy
They
at all.
come out quicker than they go in, but let me tell you, I think, forget McDonald's, Wendy's, Burger King,
White Castle.
Big Bob's, Little Bob's, Burger Boy.
I mean, Wendy's,
Wendy's is good.
There's different burgers there.
Yeah.
But a White Castle, the way the steam bun, the onions.
That's the thing I was thinking about earlier today. There really, and people are going to think this is insane, but there really is a technique to steaming the bun.
Right.
And if you get it wrong, it becomes either soggy and mushy or just
and crunchy.
Yeah, exactly. There really is a technique to that, and they got it down to a science.
Yeah,
So,
it's great.
I think White Castle's my top.
Yeah, I mean, White Castle is fantastic. Plus, a lot of them are open 24 hours, which makes it better.
Exactly.
They sell the crave
So that way, when you're coming home drunk, you get a little sack of burgers.
All right. Well, let's see. We didn't even get to our top 5. We got a caller here.
Yep.
Another Jersey boy.
Hello.
Hello there.
You're over there talking about White Castle burgers when you lived on In-N-Out Burger for a whole 30 days in L.A. You freaking,
what are you doing?
Freaking hump.
And we got another fucking HK guy on the line. What are you doing, man?
You freaking hump. You were there the whole time eating White Castle. Hey, listen, let me tell you something, Rob. This guy, you'd wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning, you'd see him sitting at the counter eating freaking prosciutto and mozzarella every single night.
By the way, if you guys don't know, this is Justin, the runner-up of season 10 of HK on the line. And listen, don't even get me started with the snore. This guy snored in the room and kept me up the whole friggin' night.
Well, I'm sure. Now did Clem snore?
Wait, maybe it was the other way around. I could be mistaken.
Right.
I didn't even know you had this show, and my brother just called me. He's like, "Oh, you got to call Clemenza over there." And I'm listening, and I said, "Oh my, this guy, he's telling people he doesn't eat fast food. He's full of shit."
Right. Well, you can never tell by looking at him either.
God bless you. Good talking to you guys.
Nice.
All right.
Thank you, Justin. Always a pleasure, my man.
Take it easy.
Ciao.
All right. Nice. That was Justin from HK10.
Yeah, runner-up. Good guy. Like Justin.
Yeah. He was good, man. There was a lot of people on your show that I couldn't wait to see leave. But I wanted to see the handful of people at the end were the handful I wanted to see.
Yeah, definitely.
Of course, I wanted to see you at the top, but
I'm okay with where I went, man.
Yeah.
I got to tell you the truth. In a way, I was kind of relieved because I just wanted to go sit down and relax.
Yeah,
you know. Well, look again. You're out there for what? 4 weeks, 5 weeks. No phone, no TV, no outside contact to the rest of the world. Limited prosciutto.
Right.
And
probably quality prosciutto, you know.
No, that's supermarket pre-sliced friggin'.
Mm-hmm.
It was funny.
Stiff as a board.
Yeah.
You can't even see through it.
They give you like a little wish list of stuff that you want, and at first I was a little shy. You wouldn't think it, but then after I realized that, like, hey, you can write stuff down and it disappears. I was like, right, a pound of prosciutto, a pound of mortadella, superstar, gabagool, and all of a sudden the stuff would just show up. Dude,
I tell you what, when I was growing up, like probably in Peters, like high school, there was a kid that his mom had a list on the wall. And we used to hang out and sneak some beers and drink there and stuff like that. And he wouldn't even know it, but we would write like Oreos and stuff. And then she'd come shopping, and sure enough, they were on the house. But, you know, Hollywood's good for that. They give people what they want. You know, it's kind of looking forward to hitting Hollywood.
You know what? We may be onto something. Maybe we can start our own little business right here, a little wish list, where you can go online, make a little wish list, and it'll just show up at your house.
Yeah.
Think about that.
Yeah, they have
pack
that
of
now.
beers, Oreos, a pack of cigarettes, a nice blonde, stack of hundreds.
Yeah. Started. I'm sorry, they didn't. That wasn't in stock today. So here's your Chips Ahoy.
Nothing wrong with little Chips Ahoy either, man. A glass of milk.
Yeah, but let's just one more thing about the 5 weeks in LA. I just want to get this out. I was up for a show. I was waiting for the call. I got the call. They said you're in, and then they messed up, and then I made what do you call that? Like a backup list in case people's backstories don't unfold.
I told you we could do. We can find out who's on the list, and we can make a guy accidentally crash.
Right, but I was looking forward to writing the list of food somewhere in Hollywood somewhere.
I gotta tell you, I almost just spit my drink out of my nose. If you want, you can write a list and I'll go shop one for you and bring it over next week.
It's not the same. It's not the same.
Right,
you got some poor kid that's trying to get in the business and he's, sweating that he bought the wrong prosciutto because he doesn't know what prosciutto is.
As a matter of fact, I think I remember Justin picking out all the red Starburst. I'm pretty sure that was him. And if he put just the red Starburst.
Very Van Halen.
I just want yellow jelly beans.
Yeah.
I want chocolate chip cookies without the
green
M&Ms.
Green
M&Ms.
Yeah. Well, that's good. Well, he looked like a superstar anyway, Justin. Yeah. Good-looking guy. And if you're listening, I'm not gay, but you're a good-looking guy.
A little more than I would say, but all right.
But back to the top 5. I'll agree with you. Can you list your top 5, and then I'll list my top 5?
I think if we're just talking burgers, I would say White Castle, then Wendy's, then In-N-Out Burger, then McDonald's, then Burger King.
All right. Well, see, you got me on just the burgers. So there's White Castle's number 1.
Absolutely.
I'm a Wendy's guy. The Baconator, when they came out with that, I really thought they were doing it just for me. But, that's a good one. I'm a big fan of Sonic now. Sonic's over in Jersey.
Sonic is actually, you know what? I got to say, that might be getting into my top 5 very quickly.
Yeah, I mean, because you got the girl in roller skates or the guy in roller skates coming out, too. It's kind of...
Got the guy in roller skates. Because you got a hot chick coming out of roller skates bringing you a burger, you got me sold.
Right. Well, it's even funnier when it's a guy and then you throw something on the ground.
Can you imagine me on roller skates bringing out your burger? Listen, nothing, but I can skate like the wind for a fat guy. Let me tell you. I played roller hockey for years, too. And they threw me out for hitting the kid over the head with a stick accidentally 3 times. Well, he cross-checked me from the back, but that's a whole other show.
Yeah. All right, so mine's Sonic.
Yeah.
And then, I like Burger King. Meanwhile, I go to McDonald's all the time because they drive up the street from my house, and it's easy. But I'll go to McDonald's. A Big Mac is fantastic. But I do have a trick.
Get the double cheeseburger and ask them to put Mac sauce on it.
Mm-hmm. I can't even get them to do anything. They never get my order right.
No.
Because it sounds like this. When I'm talking through the thing.
Okay, let's see what you got going on here.
It's like, this is what I hear. It's like, and I'm like, I will have a 2 cheeseburgers. What? No. I just want 2 cheeseburgers, and I want give me an iced tea or whatever. Like, you know what? Throw on a Big Mac there. I don't know. I'll just drive around. I'll pay whatever, and then I get a bag of like God knows what. They forget the fries. I think I told this last week. I know a guy that wound up, the person was like, you want a franchise in Pensacola? And the guy was like, yeah, sure. And then next thing you know, he owns a franchise in Pensacola. I mean, because these people, I actually lived next to somebody years ago that the girl worked at a drive-thru, and, she sounded like this all the time, like, Yeah, I'll come out. What do you want to do? And then she was like, well, I got to ask my father first. And I was like, can she come out and play? And he's like, and I was like, what the hell's that? She goes, he works for the Subway.
Just to give you a visual on that, Rob's sitting here with a bullhorn in his hand and a microphone, having a ball by himself over there.
Killer new studio. After week 2, we got a nice studio going.
Yes, we do. Thanks to friggin' Rob. Rob put in a very
I have no time on my hands, but yet I have a lot of time on my hands.
All right, going to give you another visual. We will post the pics later on. I am sitting at a table with a Viking horn helmet in front of me with 40,000 little statues and toys of pigs and pigs getting humped and all kinds
Pee
of
Wee Herman
Pee Wee
holding
Herman
a
over there.
bacon.
With a bacon air freshener around his neck.
Yeah, we got some skulls over here with the pig ears.
A while ago, somebody approached me about doing a scented candle. And we're getting off the top 5 subject, but I got to tell you this. I want a bacon scented candle. Most bacon scented they don't smell like bacon.
No.
I want to eat if I don't want to eat the candle, I don't want to buy the candle.
Right. Well, speaking of scented candles, have you
or roasted garlic
seen the chicken soup? They don't have chicken soup.
Hey, look, you can light them all at one time and have a fucking dinner.
Right. Exactly. But have you seen the Entenmann's cakes candles?
No.
They come in a little Entenmann's box, and they have crumb cake. It's fantastic.
See, that's just the way of getting people to buy cake and getting America to get fatter.
Right.
Because I know if that candle's burning at 3 o'clock in the morning, my fat ass is going to get up. Well, who am I kidding? I'm going to make the kid next door go to the store for me and go buy me a cake.
Yeah. Well, today I actually ate only got a bacon, ham, egg, and cheese on a bagel, and needed something sweet. So I got a whole all-butter crumb.
Nice.
And I ate the whole thing. And then, but before that, I stopped by Dunkin' Donuts for coffee, and I got 3 orders of hash browns because the deli didn't have the other stuff. But
I'm not a fan of Dunkin' Donuts.
No. I mean,
years ago they were great. Now, let me tell you, their coffee tastes like burnt coffee to me. It's overpriced. I bought one of those slushy things from there the other day, like the
Slurpee. Yeah, it's a Slurpee.
Dude, $4.
Yeah.
The thing don't cost them more than 30 cents. How much of a friggin' lockup are you going to put in this thing?
Well, they got to keep it. That's because they have to open 47 more in the same neighborhood.
$4.
Yeah.
For ice and sugar. What are we doing wrong?
I don't know.
All right, but you still didn't give me your other 3 now. You got your top 2 here.
Well, no, I have White Castle.
All right, White Castle, Sonic,
Wendy's, Baconator.
Yeah.
Then I got Sonic.
Okay.
Then I got Burger King, although I haven't eaten a Whopper in a long time because when my mom was sick, she was craving them. And then when she passed away, not to bring everything down right now, but me and my sister vowed we'd never have a Whopper again, and it's killing me. You know, I got to go to church and ask my mother if I can actually have a Whopper.
I think you need to ask for the forgiveness.
I know. So. And then I like McDonald's because I go there all the time. But White Castle trick number 1.
Right, so let's hear it.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Instead of bread, you make stuffing with White Castle burgers, and it's the greatest thing ever.
You know what? I think you may just turn me on to the greatest stuffing ever.
Yeah.
A White Castle burger stuffing.
Yeah.
Between you and the guy with the hot sauce with the ice cream, I'm freaking starving. And I'm not even playing around.
And
Rob,
waffles, too. He said
I hate to break this to you, Rob, but next week I'm bringing over a chicken or a turkey and we're stuffing this bad bitch with some friggin' White Castle burgers.
That's good. You cut them up. You dice them up like you're making stuffing. Like you cut the bread. You do your celery, your onion, whatever you want.
There's a little fancy cooking term for you, a little celery, carrot, onion.
Yeah.
You can even add some sausage in there, too.
Yeah.
And White Castle burger. I like that.
It's delicious.
You know what? We should propose that idea to them.
Yeah.
And then they'll rob it and make millions of dollars.
Exactly. And then, like, like a pretzel roll everywhere.
Yeah,
and
it'll
be like
2 mooks over here.
Yeah.
Charlie, what's a mook?
Well, we like to hear someone else's top 5 burger restaurants if you want to call in or you want to throw it on the chat room. Chat room's easy. You just go to our page, and where it says Wacko Network Live, underneath is chat. And just, click it. You know, it's pretty cool, so.
All right, what else we got going on here, Rob? We got this day in food. Now, today, we're going to give you the rundown of the week.
Right, but today who names...
this is what exactly. Who names, why can't it be Italian? I think there is an Italian sausage day, but today...
there's a million days, but...
But I want to know who this guy is, because I want to talk to this guy. I think we should change some of the holidays. But this is how they have it listed. Today is National Date Nut Bread. Who even eats date nut bread?
I had date nut bread once in the 70s, I think.
Yeah. It's right up there with a fruitcake.
Yeah.
Tomorrow is National Wiener Schnitzel Day.
Wiener Schnitzel.
What do you think about the Wiener Schnitzel?
Oh, da.
There's a pig in the background.
I will love the Wiener Schnitzel.
Then we got what? National TV Dinner Day?
TV dinners are great. They're one of my favorite things.
Absolutely.
I actually had a themed party at one of my places. It was like a 70s night.
Uh-huh.
And I did all things from the 70s, and I made my own little TV dinners.
You know, I like that concept. There was the restaurant we judged that did that. That was pretty friggin' great.
Yeah.
And I think they should bring it back. I think they should definitely bring
but
it
they
back.
should put more food in it because I have to eat 17 TV dinners.
That's the problem.
You know, before I eat my real TV dinner.
I get like 106 just
yeah,
as my
it's an hors d'oeuvre.
Exactly.
What are they passing around at that wedding? Oh, TV dinners. Because there's really nothing.
Nice. Now, just to finish them off, we got what, Hot Cross Monday?
Yeah, that's September 11th.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, you could have came with
something
something like
better.
apple pie, you know, America.
Yeah,
apple
exactly.
pie, mayonnaise.
Now we got the following day is what? Chocolate Shake Day?
Chocolate Shake Day.
All right,
good.
I can see that. There's nothing wrong with that. And then we have
Penis Day. Oh, I'm sorry. I couldn't read Clem's handwriting.
I still don't know what it says.
It's peanut.
Yes, peanut.
But yeah, some penises can be peanuts, you know.
Fuck you. Look, it's also Snack a Pickle Day.
Oh, speaking of penis.
Yeah, I know a lot of girls that would love that holiday. Snack a Pickle Day, and oddly enough, Snack a Pickle Day.
What? Oh, it leads into the next day.
Yeah, Snack a Pickle Day is followed by Cream-Filled Donuts Day.
Yep. Oh.
Now, you can take that any way you want, but I'm just saying. You first you snack a pickle, and then you cream-fill a donut.
Right.
That's all I'm saying. And that's it.
And what was the other thing?
Oh, eat a hoagie day.
Oh, it's the same
Round
day.
off the week, eat a hoagie day.
Well, if you fill a
Now,
donut,
let's get into this for a second, because here's my other problem. Who the hell calls it a friggin' hoagie? It's a hero. Is that a Jersey thing, hoagie?
It's different states call it dip, just like in Florida, submarine sandwich.
Submarine, you got too fine.
Right.
Now, you see the submarine, looks like a submarine.
Right.
It's a friggin' hero. You ain't gonna say, let me get a meatball submarine. What kind of
Well,
movie
that's
is
a
that?
meatball sub. When I lived in Florida, I could not get used to it. One place was Miami subs, and I was like, but you know what? They call everything different. You know, flapjacks, pancakes.
Look, when I first moved to Virginia, there's a pizzeria out there called Gino's of Woodley. That's the name of the joint. And everybody's telling me...
pizzeria named Gino's?
Hey, yo. Everybody's telling me it's the best.
Come on over for dinner. Well, that was the Staten Island Gino's.
You know, and here's the thing. Everybody's telling me it was close. It was close, the closest thing you'll find down there to New York. But I call up and I say, let me get a large pie. The girl on the phone to serve, we don't have pies. What are you talking about? You don't have pies. What are you, a friggin' eat? I'm thinking this girl's a little bit, sir, let me get a large pie. We don't have pies. We don't bake apple pie. I'm like, I don't want an apple pie. I want a pizza pie. She's like, sir, we don't have pizza. I'm like, you don't serve pizza? Oh, no, we don't call them pies. What do you call them? You know what I'm saying? It kind of goes along with the sub, the hero. Look, it's a hero. It's a friggin' meatball hero. It's an eggplant palmero. It's a chicken palmero. You walk into a place, if you walk into some of these places in Brooklyn and say, let me get a meatball palm sub, they'll smack you over the head with them.
Right. But you got, like it's where you grew up.
Well, here's the other thing, too, we were talking about, and we're going to hit. We got a caller calling in. It could be, I don't know who this could be. Hello.
You know who it is.
I knew it was you. We got Barbie on the air. How you doing?
Barbie, how are you?
What's going on?
Hi, everybody. How are you guys?
Just met Justin and his brother and a couple other people were calling in. What's going on?
Oh, nothing much. Sunday fun day. How about you guys?
We're living. We just covered a couple of topics. I don't know if you were listening about the top 5 favorite fast food places, and we were talking about, is it Sunday gravy with all the meat or is it Sunday sauce? And we're going to ask you that question. When you make, as Italians, Barbie, and my family, makes the Sunday gravy with the meatballs and the braciole and the pork and the beef and all that stuff, we call it Sunday gravy. Rob, on the other hand, wants to call it Sunday sauce. What do you think?
Rob's wrong.
There you go.
Well, I understand. I know I'm wrong. But
if there is meat in the red sauce, it is gravy.
Nice.
If there are just tomatoes in the red sauce, it is sauce.
I knew there was something I liked about her.
Right, but how about the people that call it gravy and don't put meat in it? They're wrong.
Absolutely.
Right?
If there's no meat in it, it's tomato sauce.
Right, I understand.
If there's pork, like shoulder or like neck meat or meatballs, you break your pork and you also mix with the sauce. That's gravy.
We actually got an email coming in, Barbie, and saying, I can't see what it's from. It says, how was being on the show with all the girls and with all the fighting? What's your take on this? What's your take on this?
It was a great opportunity to be on the show, and being on the show in diversity Like,
Oh, losing you. Hello.
Can you hear me?
It's going in and out.
It's going in and out.
That's what she said.
Okay, did I just make a dirty joke?
And we missed it.
It's not that kind of show, folks. All right, so
you're crystal clear now. Go ahead.
It was challenging at times, but I had the blue team who was awesome, and then there were members of the red team who were awesome also. So in life you have times that you face adversity and you fight through it, and
Amen.
you remember what you're there for. And I was there a whole lot longer than most of the people that gave me problems, wasn't I?
Well, here's the thing, and this is what I tell people. Like, a lot of people ask Barbie, how was Clemenza? Clemenza, how was Barbie? And Barbie's a sweetheart.
Right.
Look, this is what I tell people. You're in a competition. A lot of people ask me, Barbie, like, why did you curse so much? Do you think I can really be like, well, excuse me, Chef Ramsay, can I please make this? No, give me the fucking scalp. Let's go. You don't have time. You're under pressure. And they show what they want to show.
Right. They make it look where everyone hates each other. And I'm sure, with the pressure, I mean, on the shows I was on, you get pressure. You want to kill the guy, but then after the show, you're calling him up and, hey, how's it going? Whatever. But they do
actually
editing.
Another email coming in from Broccoli Head.
Who's that? Is that Ray?
That's Rob. That's my buddy Rob from John.
Oh.
Yeah, Barbie, we did the Staten Strong event together.
Yes.
I know who you are.
Okay.
Yeah.
We got Broccoli One wants to know, says Barbie.
Are you big or are you beefy?
I'm big and...
Yeah, I really had to ask that question. I'm the beefy one. Broccoli 101, great name, wants to know, said Barbie, you should have won. What's your opinion?
Well, I know your opinion.
Yeah, she's like, I should have friggin' won.
To me, in my opinion, Vegas wasn't an option for my life at that point in time. So I'm really pleased with the results. I did what was best for my family, and I couldn't imagine taking my now 16-year-old son to Vegas to see, like, the baseball cards of the strippers laying on the street. Because I've been to Vegas, and, like, this kid would be in GameStop, like, pawning my weight to get a raffle or something. So, it wasn't an option for me. So I'm pleased with the way it ended. A lot of people ask about, Chef Ramsay, and they think that he's, like, all abrasive. But he wasn't like that with me. Like, he was nice. So,
yes, he does have a nice side of him, and that's what people don't really realize. They see a lot of yelling.
It is show business after all.
Yeah.
Who's going to watch a show if he's, all roses and rainbows and...
Barbie, I got to ask you this, and I was talking to Rob about this. We were talking about MasterChef, and this is my thing that I said earlier, and I kind of want your opinion on this. Here's the thing. You got a bunch of home cooks on MasterChef. They got a $250,000 cash prize. They don't get yelled at by Gordon. They got two other judges that kind of, will give them a little crap here and there. But they're in a $2 million kitchen. If you lose, there's no challenge like we get. Shouldn't it be the other way around? Us as chefs, shouldn't we have that? And them as home cooks have to go through what we went through in Hell's Kitchen? I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. We're crazy. But what do you think?
I actually don't think that, because something completely different. The title Master Chef, as a professional chef, we know what that means. We know that means years and years of testing and training and the honor that comes along with that title. And it's not the same kind of program. Like, some of them are really talented. They are really talented home cooks, but they cannot do what we do. They cannot stand up to when Chef Ramsay is yelling at us the same way. He holds us to a completely different standard than what they're held to. We've been to culinary school or working in restaurants for how many years that we've been doing it, and these guys have been practicing at home. So I don't want to take away from what they're doing, because it's quite an accomplishment, but it's not the same thing. They're going to go back and do their jobs when this is over, and so are we. It just so happens that our regular job is in the culinary profession.
You know what? I never looked at it that way. Yeah. You got a point.
Or they should change the name of the show.
With chef, what would they call it? Master home cook? Like,
yeah.
Yeah. doesn't roll off the tongue as well.
I still think
it doesn't roll off the tongue, but
we should have got the $250,000 cash prize. That's all I'm saying.
Right. Sure. Or split it up.
That's a different show. Isn't that called Top Chef?
Yeah, exactly.
So, what my thing is with Chef, and he does. I don't personally believe that Gordon Ramsay freaks out on TV to chefs because he's putting on an air for the camera. I think that he holds us to a professional level that most of us have faced in our career. There are chefs out there that do that. Does he do it every day? I don't think so. But it is an adversary in our field where there are chefs that will throw hot pans at you, that will cuss you out, that will call you bad names, and will tell you you're not getting paid very well because you're going to walk away with millions of dollars worth of experience from them. Right. And he definitely exposes a side of the industry, which, frankly, if you go to culinary school, most of them tell you 25% of you will be chefs, and the other ones, like, most of you will drop out of this industry because it's tough. I appreciate the fact that he does put that part of the industry on blast. He makes it aware. This is what happens some places, not all of them. And it's not my particular style in the kitchen. I'm a little bit more please and thank you and excuse me. But
I'm kind of the same way, except it's more, can you please get the hell out of my way, get the fuck out of my way, and get me that now, you rat. No. But I get what you're saying, and you're right. It exposes the side of some of the real things that happen in the kitchen. And, Barbie, you know as well as I do, when you're cranking out dinner for 200, 300, 400 people, we got a caller calling in right now. And, Rob, you want to get that?
No, we don't.
Oh, no, that's actually, no, okay. All right. All right. No, it looks like my speed's a little bit different. Listen, we're still new to this. But, again, Barbie, I think you're right. It exposes something that people don't realize. Look, it's high pressure in there. Yeah. You got people, no salt, no this, switch this, give me broccoli, not this, and you're putting out 40, 50 dishes at a time. There's no time to be really nice sometimes. And It's not even that you're screaming at somebody. You can't get across your point when you're saying, hey, please, I need 2, no, give me 2 scallops, give me 4 of these, give me 6 of those. And that's, and Rob, you know as well as I do. Yeah.
And I do that when in a high pressure situation, but I don't, at the end of it, I'm like, sorry I was yelling, but you got to listen to me. Like, this is about the customers.
Well, that's the thing too. And Barbie, what do you think about this? I think when you work in a kitchen with people, and Rob, you know this as well as I do too, there's a certain bond that you make. Because come on, you're doing 6 days a week, 8, 10 hours a day, 12 hours a day. You're with them more than your family. You can yell and scream, and no matter what, at the end of the night, you're all sitting down having a drink and having a cold beer and laughing about what's going on.
Well, we do actually have a caller now. Maybe it's a question for Barbie. Hold on. Hello, welcome to Big and Beefy. Who's calling?
This is Pete.
Hey, Pete, how are you? What's going on today? You have any questions for Barbie?
No, actually, I called her because I told her I was going to call up. Me and Barbie actually know each other.
Oh, yeah, we do. Hi, Pete.
Hey, girl. Clemenza Caserta.
Hey, what's doing, Pete? How are you?
Good. We're going to hook up. I'm going to be in New York on Tuesday. My name's Pete Silvano. We're friends on Facebook, by the way. Okay. But I'm working with Barbie. It's called Chef's Life Apparel. And I'm doing the food show with Barbie in Philly at the end of October. So she said she was calling in, and I figured, got to call in, say, guys, this sounds good to me. I'm actually having fun listening to you guys.
Very cool.
But yeah, I'm gonna be in New York on Tuesday. I'll be there for about 4 weeks. I'll be in Queens.
Yep. All right. Very cool.
What's the name of the place you work at with Barbie?
Well, no.
We're gonna be at the Philadelphia. Yeah, we're gonna do the Philadelphia Taste, Food, Wine, and Spirits Show, October 18th through the 20th, in the Valley Forge Casino Resort.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, large venue, and food, wine, beer, seminars. It's going to be awesome.
Excellent.
Right, we got one other caller calling in right now.
We have another caller. Hopefully it's a question for Barbie. Hello. Welcome
I still have one. I got Clemenza's question to answer, too.
Yeah. Hello there.
All right.
How you doing?
All right. Who's calling?
It's the Bobcat Connection here. You got the Wacko one, and you got Cat with you as well too.
Very cool. So Wacko Bob here. The guy runs a network with Cat V. They both have shows on the Wacko network. What's going on?
Hi, Bob.
Hey, how you doing?
How you doing, Barbie?
Doing well.
All right.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Hey, Cat.
You guys are cracking us up tonight.
We got Cat on the line too. Cat, just so you don't know, Barbie, Cat is just as nuts as we are. Just to inform you about that. So, but then again, Barbie's right there with us too. So.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we had a good time at that Staten Strong event. It was benefiting the hurricane victims in Staten Island. You know, it was a bunch of
it's coming up on a year.
Yeah,
it's coming up on a year for Hurricane Sandy, and
yeah, that was tough. It took 3 months to get my restaurant back up.
Yeah,
it was
I think there are still people displaced. Like people are still. I was just in South Jersey a few weeks ago, and there are still people like with building like damages and still like making repairs, and that was a really tough storm for the East Coast.
Oh, it's it.
Right,
down in Newport Beach by my job, they're just knocking houses down now. There's people, like just living in squalor, and I feel horrible, but it's hard, like these insurance companies didn't do jack for anybody, But it's taken a while, but we are rebuilding. But we did that event.
Yeah.
Staten Strong and
Barbie was nice enough to come out and
Barbie and
Danielle.
Yeah, she was there, and we were there with the Sons of Anarchy.
Yep, Impractical Joker guys.
Impractical Jokers.
You got Tommy, those guys from Carfellas.
Yeah.
I got a serious question I have to ask Barbie, and I think she's gonna know what I'm gonna ask her. Barbie, where's my damn chicken?
Okay.
No, wait, I gotta just let me tell the story real quick. Every time I'm hungry or I'm talking to Barbie on the phone, she's making something elaborate and delicious and beautiful. And I was in the mood for fried chicken one day, and I'm telling her she happened to be making it. It's only when she sees me back on the phone, but then she starts sending me pictures of it. And I got to tell you, about 5 minutes later, I called up and got some delivery food, and it was terrible, and I was really pissed off, and I wanted fried chicken ever since. And every now and then, she sends me the pictures, and it drives me insane. So, having said that, I think maybe tonight, Rob, me and you are taking a ride up to PA, and we're going to have Barbie cook us some fried chicken.
All right. I see. I'm a big.
Come on, I'm actually marinating chicken for.
See what I'm saying?
I did a fried chicken. I did gluten-free fried chicken last night. I did a whole test on gluten-free fried chicken last night.
I'm a fat kid. I don't want no gluten-free fried chicken. I want
double gluten.
I swear to God, I will serve you. I swear to God, I will serve you gluten-free fried chicken. You will never know it's gluten-free.
All right.
Never in a million years.
As long as
and I don't swear on God.
Listen, mac and cheese and some collards with that. I'm all good.
Yeah. I don't do collard greens. I can't. I have to do kale. Let me tell you. Every time I go to make collard greens, the collard greens all of a sudden start to smell like fart. And I'm like, what is this god-awful smell? And about 10 minutes into the fart smell, the whole pot gets dumped right in the garbage. I can't do it. And then my mother calls me and she says, what happened to the collard greens? And I say, I dumped them. And she says, no, you have to wait through that. And I'm like, yeah, waiting's over. I can't do it. So my mom has to make the collard greens. I will make kale. I will make you beautiful kale because it does not smell like kale.
Just kale chips, or do you ever bake kale in the oven with a little olive oil and salt and pepper?
Yes, it's so good.
It's like potato chips. It's great.
I've never baked kale.
Yeah.
I'll be honest.
It's on like the southeast side or whatever, with like chickpeas.
Here's another question. How come every time I talk to both of you, I get freaking hungry?
Well, that's all we're talking about.
I have lots of pictures to send you. I made gluten-free pancakes for brunch today, and you could not tell that they were gluten-free.
If you start sending me pictures of chicken, I swear to God, I'm driving right up. I'm walking off the show and driving right up to PA right now.
Are you really daring me to do something like that? Because you know I will.
I know.
Like, I have like 30 pictures of fried chicken from last night right in my phone at my fingertips. You know I will.
You know what it was too? Like when we were on Hell's Kitchen, we would have obviously the dorms upstairs. There'd be a refrigerator full of food, and Barbie cooked a couple of times. And I gotta say, one of the few people, not knocking anybody else, but she picked up some banging friggin' meals, and it was to actually have to work and you can yell at all day to have a nice friggin'
sit down
meal.
like a family almost, because that's what you are. You're trapped in that place, and you can rip each other's throats out like a brother and sister do growing up, and then you sit down and eat a meal. It's great.
Exactly.
But yeah, gluten, I'm not shy. I'll try anything. Gluten-free, I'm not like, oh, I'm going to eat that. I eat vegetarian. As a matter of fact, one of the greatest things I've ever eaten, I crave it all the time, is vegetarian, boneless Asian ribs. And it's the skin from the tofu that they deep fry. You'd never know that it wasn't pork.
Really?
It was great. It's right up this place called Sushi. And I've seen it, and it has no meat whatsoever, and it's almost like sacrilege. But, I get 2 orders, just waiting to order all my raw fish. But, yeah, I mean, you can make anything taste good. Baked fried chicken is good.
Absolutely.
You do it with some cornflakes.
Barbie is pictures of fried chicken and no killer. And look at that beautiful stack of pancakes that we will post on to Facebook right now. Are those the pancakes you made, Barbie?
Yep, those are the gluten-free pancakes.
I want to jump right on that plate and swim around in the syrup and eat pancakes.
Yeah. So, and all 4 of those were 4 different types of gluten-free fried chicken.
Oh,
nice.
Wow.
Nice.
So, now that you've gotten over your gluten-free phobia.
This is not a phobia.
There's a little phobia.
No, it is the right person has to make it. Like you.
I'm looking at the picture on the bottom right of that chicken, and let me tell you.
And now he's gnawing at my foot.
The chicken on the bottom right was the winner in the test group.
That's the one that That's the one that I picked. You know what?
That is the one that.
Give me a bottle of hot
that is the one.
And a bucket of that chicken, and I'm good to go.
Oh man, that looks awesome.
Yeah, it really does, doesn't it?
Yep.
Oh man. So, Barbie, let me ask you this: why are you working on all this gluten-free stuff? What are you doing?
I actually have a couple of friends who have celiac or who have food allergies or whatnot, and they asked me to develop some stuff, and I just so happen to have all the products on hand to do it, and they're adjusting their lifestyle, and I wanted to make it easier for them to make the adjustment without sacrificing the flavor and without it being too hard. I wanted to have pancakes, like a lot of times with gluten-free stuff, the crumb is really awful. Like,
right.
Like, it's not the right texture, and I'm a texture person.
Right,
so
well, that's
I
what
wanted
it's all
to
about,
make sure,
especially with fried chicken.
Right. And the gluten-free fried chicken actually came around because I did fried chicken for a party in South Jersey. It was a special request thing. And Ed Hitzel, he's a Hitzel-approved food critic in South Jersey, was at the party and sent me an email and said that my fried chicken was like heaven's hors d'oeuvre and that he was ruined. Like, no fried chicken could ever be better than that. Like, he was never going to eat anybody else's fried chicken again. And I said, well, how can I make it better? And so I said, well, I can't really make my basic fried chicken recipe any better, but what I can do is make fried chicken accessible for everyone. And the first food group exception that came to mind was gluten-free because, I mean, you could have naked buffalo wings all day long, but you're going to get bored with naked chicken. And I would not be able to, like, I don't eat fried chicken a lot, but I just don't know how I would feel if I was totally without fried chicken because my body wouldn't accept it. So I just started developing for the people with special needs because, like Clemenza said, you're in a restaurant, you're doing 200, 400 covers a night, and then somebody comes in and they're like, I'm allergic to onions. I have a gluten allergy. Can you completely wash off your griddle? And make everything separate for me.
Yeah.
And, about that point at 8:30 on a Friday night, you're like, what is wrong with you? Why do you eat out? Like, you're completely chef mode and not, like, person mode. So I wanted to be able to incorporate dishes into any of the menus that I do that could be accessible for people with allergies.
Right. Now, what's your trick? Like, I know you're not going to give away secrets, but is it like flour or, what's the flour that you use to make a good crust?
last night's test group was potato flour and rice flour. The pancakes was a combination. It was rice flour, potato flour, tapioca, and almond flour. And I found that made the best texture. If you did not know that it wasn't all-purpose flour, you would not have known that they were a gluten-free pancake. The almond flour gave it that, like, a nicer texture, because rice flour and potato flour can kind of, like, be really so fine that it's just kind of gluey. So that was the trick.
Have you ever
I'm going to post the recipes on my website.
Oh, awesome. And what is your website? Would you like to plug it?
My website is chefbarbie.com.
And I love the logo, by the way. I saw the logo was posted the other day. Your logo for your website?
My logo for my website is actually a bee with a fork and a knife going between it and a little oval.
Wow.
The funny thing about that logo is I started that logo with a Sharpie, because all chefs have Sharpie, and that's my signature. That's how I sign my
I got to say this. Barbie, by the way, has every little gadget, Sharpie, tool thing that you can possibly imagine. And let's just take a step further. There was an episode that if it wasn't for her, I got bailed out. I got yelled at the night before for getting them. I got back in line and put my jacket, and Ramsey yelled at me for being a mess. And the very next day, I come down in the kitchen, and I got huge rondo, which is a big round pan of chorizo. And I put it down, and the grease splashes up and goes all over my brand new sparkly white chef sauce. And I look over, and there's Barbie. She's like, "Oh, here, I got a bleach pen you can go use."
It was a bleach pen and a nail brush that was in my pocket. And Clemenza turns to me, and he says, "Why the fuck do you have this shit all the time?" And I said, "Because I'm a mom."
Yeah. Dude, anything you could possibly want, like an aspirin, a Band-Aid, a bleach pen, a scrub brush, 4 Sharpies. She was like a walking gadget.
A meatball hero.
A meatball hero would have been nice. That would have been impressive.
Or a sub or a hoagie.
If you pulled out a meatball hero, I would have really been impressed.
The last time I was on the show, I actually pulled out muffins, so you never know.
We got another question coming in for you, and he wants to know, where are you now, and what is it that you're doing?
I, right now, am at home. I'm physically home. I just finished up work.
Like, where are you working?
I know, I was joking. I was joking. All right, so I have several pots on the burner. I do some international work with 5starchefs.com. I do private events and catering in Pennsylvania and New Jersey, or wherever anyone who has the money to fly me to will go. And I am also coming out with a brand of T-shirts and aprons for chefslifeapparel.com. And one day in the near future, I am hoping to launch a new restaurant in Lancaster County, Pennsylvania.
Oh, beautiful.
Very nice.
I like Lancaster. And I believe we were talking about this last time I saw you with that stupid show on the Mafia. It's full of sham in Lancaster, but that sounds great though. With all this talk about the flowers,
gluten-free.
The gluten-free. You should really, try to put a line out of, gluten-free stuff, because there is horrible choices out there.
That could be done. That could be done. I just need to talk to the right people.
Well, do a cookbook.
Yeah, gluten-free cookbook.
Like the
you guys are going to have to get me a bigger range if you're going to throw more pots on my burner.
Well, we'll help. We're desperate.
Nice.
Yeah.
I want to get into something else we were talking about before. We never finished talking about. Now that we got Barbie on the line, I want her opinion too. Barbie, we're talking about the final 2 of Master Chef. You got Luca and you got Natasha. I don't know if you've been following the show, but what's your opinion on that? I mean, you had the top 4, and everybody seems to ask this question: is should Chrissy have been in the top 4? What do you think, Barbie?
Okay, so Chrissy is the Philly girl, right? And I'm from Philly originally. And I think that when it came down to it, yes, I have been watching the show because there's a Philly girl on it, of course, and because Luca's wife is from Strasbourg. I'm actually going to be at his viewing party in Astoria on Wednesday. So you're coming with me, aren't you?
Who?
You. Anyway, so we'll talk about it later. So yeah, I think that Luca did a good job picking Natasha for the challenge because strategically he knew that Jesse and Chrissy were not going to get along. And Chrissy really let the best of it get to her. And, like before I was telling you, the difference between a home cook and a professional cook. A professional cook, if you walk off the line, you're walking away from your career. Like, you just don't do that. Like,
absolutely.
If you walk off the line, you better be going to the bathroom because, like, you literally have the runs, in which case you need to go home, or you need to be going into the walk-in because you need a backup or something. But you just don't give up. Like, that's not.
Chrissy, I liked her from the beginning, and I thought she was a little misunderstood, and then I will say her attitude did get a little bit poor, and she did the best. Look, I can say, on shows, look, there's a lot of stuff behind the camera, behind the scenes that you don't see. And again, they did the best of her. She's missing a kid, a home life, all that other stuff. But, I think they made the right choice with having Luca and Natasha.
I think that Natasha and Luca have been strong and steady throughout the competition, and I couldn't, they deserve to be there. And I'm exactly with you. Like, at first I thought that Chrissy was really misunderstood. Don't get me wrong. She's a Philly girl. I still got her back. But, they can only put on TV what you give them.
Yeah, exactly.
Luca,
and so that is what it is.
Yeah. I enjoy Luca because he's an underdog. He kind of screws up a little bit, and then he comes back 10 times stronger and really puts some care into his stuff. He's not really cocky, He's a very lovable guy, I think. Have you met him yet, or you're gonna be at the viewing party? Yeah.
You know what's really crazy? His wife is from Strasbourg, where I live, and he's been watching the show from her family's house every week in Strasbourg, and I haven't been in town. So, I haven't had a chance to meet him other than, social networking because I haven't been home. I've been, traveling so much.
Right.
Isn't that, totally crazy?
Yeah.
And Strasbourg, PA is, Train Town, USA. You can walk from one side of the town to the next in 20 minutes. Luke has literally been walking distance away from me, and I have not been home.
Well, at least you're busy.
Yeah.
You could be sitting on your porch watching people walk past your house, and
I do that too when I'm home.
Nice.
We
Eating your
have ghost
gluten-free
tours.
fried chicken.
Actually, I did eat my gluten-free fried chicken on the porch last night.
I'm so hungry right now. Now, I'm a big fan of cold fried chicken. I like it better than hot fried chicken. The day after.
So, cold fried chicken, the bottom right one, I have decided is the best cold fried chicken because it still holds its crunch and its crispness throughout that. That's why that was another reason why it was the winner in the test group.
Do we got a fried chicken that we can call up and order some chicken?
No.
Well, you know what? We have been talking about fried chicken so much that I don't want people to think that that's only thing I do.
No, you got. If you can go on Facebook and request Bobby as a friend and look at all her pictures because every day there's something new on there.
Absolutely.
And everything was delicious, fantastic. And I like the way you really set up your pictures. I mean, that's big. People take pictures of their food, and it's it's like a plain-ass plate, and look at how good it is. If you look at Barbie's page, Barbie has, it's cookbook quality pictures of food.
Honestly, I start with the best ingredients that I can find. I know that right now what's trending is farm to table, but I consider myself more of a soil to plate chef. And that's because I farmed for 3 years. So, I farmed full-time for 3 years. I have my own little personal garden at home that I use for special events, only, certain clients get that stuff. And then I work with a lot of farms all over, actually. Lancaster County, I'm fortunate to be here because it has the number one most fertile non-irrigated soil in the country and second in the world. So we really get some great agriculture coming out. I mean, even down to the meat, because I'll even say, you know, the grass that's growing is still growing in the most fertile soil in the world. So the steer that are eating it and the what they're eating is still the best that can be found. So, you know, it's awesome. It's awesome to be here.
Yeah, that's great.
I remember Barbie came down to visit me. It was in my uncle's restaurant, Stutzi, in Virginia, and Barbie came to visit me. He brought some candy cane beets, some baby fennel, and I think some wild onions. So I don't remember the third thing, but I got to tell you, it was absolutely freaking fantastic. There's nothing like, here's the other thing, too, people don't realize, Barbie. When you pick something right out of the ground and eat it, there's such a difference in having your own garden as opposed to when you go in your local pet stop and shop.
It's not necessary.
It's not even
I just want to say, Wacko Bob and Cat, I just had to put you on mute because we couldn't hear Barbie. That was the only reason we put it on mute. So sorry about that. We'll be back to you in a little bit. But, yeah, eating your own stuff that you grow, it really gives, like, the flavor is 100 times better. But just the pride, it's like really like the old days, how you really actually...
Hello? Why did everybody get quiet?
But it really feel like the old days where you farm and sit there. There's nothing like a tomato right off the vine.
When I was a kid, we had a garden in the back. We used to grow those big squashes. And the time they called gaboots.
Oh, gaboots.
But that's it. And these things are literally like, 2-3 feet long. But again, going to pick fresh tomatoes, going to pick fresh basil, making a sauce out of that, as opposed to anything else you're going to get, is night and day difference.
There is a night and day difference. I completely 100% agree, because you're talking about picking something that was ripened on the vine, never went through transportation. Anything that's been transported was picked underripe and was ripened on the way. And there's just no difference between the flavor of something that was never refrigerated. Even refrigeration, even like being cold takes away from the flavor.
Absolutely.
Right, that's stops it actually, right? Like
well,
really,
don't they spray a lot of wax on certain things and
everything?
And
like they use carnauba wax, which is car wax. Yeah, like that's what they put on kids. That's what they put on everything.
I
They
want
just
to put
make
it on
them
my ass
shiny.
cheeks, but that's a whole other show. But no, it's true. And I got to say, even like the dirty tomatoes, I went out to the fruit stand the other day. I wanted tomatoes, right? Let me tell you something. In comparison to what you get in the supermarket, it's not even in the same league.
Right. Well, that's the good thing. You go to a farmer's market and you buy right off of
right by my restaurant, the Red Zone Save, the Route 9. We have a farmer's market next door. We go every morning and buy whatever we get, and then we buy fresh produce every day. We don't have a produce guy. We buy right from the farmer's market.
Oh, great.
I got some of these guys coming in talking about fresh stuff, and I'm like, dude, I got a farmer's market right here. Like, why would you know?
If anyone out there wants to ask Bobby a question, please call us at 646-478-5337.
And I think we got to do a commercial right now. Can we do a commercial right now?
Sure, we'll do a commercial.
We're going to put it on hold for 1 second. We got to go to a commercial.
Well, we'll still talk to you right now. We're going to find the commercial first.
We're still doing the whole studio
thing.
Yeah.
I can talk forever, so. Yeah, but,
all this time I thought you would have gotten used to the commercial.
The other is.
Yeah. All right, we're going to play a Ski Watch commercial. How's that? This show is sponsored by Ski Watch. We'll be back.
Skis, Watch, and Clock, 106 West Central Avenue, Winter Haven, Florida, 33880. Located downtown across
Everybody
from the main
has to be
post
quiet
office.
on a commercial
When
break.
you're short on time, he's right on time. For all of your watch, clock, sales, and service needs, call Skis. 863-294-5630. Sales, service, free estimates, and reasonable rates. That's 863-294-5630 for Skis, Watch, and Clock.
All right, we're
we got
back.
another caller coming in, and we got two more callers coming in, actually.
All right, actually, we got another Pennsylvania
All right,
person.
and we there. Who's out there on the line? Who do we got? I think we got my buddy Lisa out there, who looks like it's a number, and don't know who the other caller is. Can anybody hear?
Lawrence. Clemenza,
Lawrence.
what's going on, buddy?
What's doing, bud?
Hey,
Can you guys hear me now?
We can hear Barbie. We got Lawrence on the line. We got Lefty Larry over there.
All right.
Hello.
I just want to congratulate you, man.
Thank you, bud. How's it going?
Oh, we lost Barbie.
It's going good.
No, you didn't.
All right. You called back on the phone.
Some drinks and jumping in the pool and having a good all-time barbecue and stuff in Jersey.
Nice. What you got going on the barbecue? Anything good?
Some chicken and some, now we're actually making a pizza. We had cooked some hot sausage on the grill. Now we're putting it on a pizza, and we cooked some fresh tomatoes and everything.
I got to tell you, all this freaking talk about food, I'm starving.
Oh, who's not?
My
What's your stuff here?
My sister grew it all in the garden, too. All the vegetables we're using.
We were just talking about that with Barbie, talking about what a difference it is going out and being able to pick something from your garden as opposed to going to the supermarket and buying something off the shelf. It's a huge, huge, huge difference.
It is a huge difference. It's so it's also time consuming because you have to go into farmers markets and you have to ask the questions. You have to ask, is this local? Do you use harsh chemicals or sprays? Are you organic, or are you just farming with traditional methods, not conventional methods? So a lot of people I'm finding have been overwhelmed with making the transition from getting rid of those harsh chemicals and sprays and the traditional or conventional farming methods. They just don't know what they need to go ask and how to get around doing it.
Well, here's my question. Isn't it worth it to take more time out to put something better in your body that's better for you and better tasting?
Absolutely. And there's also more advantages to it as well. You know, when something's picked and it's shipped, it's going to be a minimum 4 days before it hits the stores. And if you go out to a farmer's market and it was picked the day before, you're going to have such an incredible shelf life on your ingredients. You're going to have a way better shelf life than anything that you get in a supermarket or a produce junction or anything like that. Produce junction, since I brought it up, like that stuff is like dead ripe. You need to use it that day. Supermarket, you might get a couple of days or so out of it. Farmers markets, you can get weeks out of something.
Absolutely. Right. Absolutely correct.
You're paying for more in the beginning sometimes with the farmer's market stuff, but you're paying for a longer shelf life and a better quality ingredient.
Absolutely. And the same goes for everything. I mean, look at some of these fish guys. You got people don't understand, too, as opposed to buying something from the supermarket as from your local fish guy, there's a huge difference. Yeah. Stuff's got to get processed. It sits around for days. By the time you get it, it's already 5, 6, 7 days old. You know, that's the difference. I don't think people realize that. But we still got Larry on the line. We got any other callers out there?
Hold on, here. We have Regina in the house from Neptune, New Jersey. Hold on. This is the woman's garden that everything came out of. Talk.
Hello.
Clem, how you doing?
How are you, Regina? How's everything?
Good. Hi. All thinking about you.
Nice. We got Chef Barbie on the line from Hell's Kitchen as well.
How are you?
Hi, how are you? I'm well.
Good. I have Lisa coming with a care package coming home. So nice. I have some peppers and tomatoes and basil and, you name it. I got it on squash. You're absolutely right. Everything should be fresh.
I agree, and you know what? The sad part is, it's not. Look, people own a house now. It's not that hard to start a garden.
No,
it really isn't.
But there is a lot of time involved in it. There is a lot of time.
There is, and I'm not saying it's easy, but once you get started, there is a lot of maintenance you got to do. Yes, but it's so worth it to get such a better
but
product.
Clemenza, everybody's not built like that. Like, there are bugs. Like, when you're farming naturally, I mean, there are big alien-looking bugs.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
that's where I go. All right, that's where I'm out because I don't like bugs, and I would be the first little fat guy running over the fence.
And that's why you have to appreciate those small farmers that go out. Like, there are bugs that you have to hand pick off of your tomatoes called tomato hornworms. And they are awful. And then there's, there's problems. Like, sometimes if your soil doesn't have enough calcium, you'll get blossom end rot in your tomatoes. Like, it is not something that you can just, like, jump into and expect it to go well. Like, it's a slow process.
Right. You got to know what you're doing, basically.
The other problem, too, is everybody always seems to want the instant gratification, like with the fast food. People just want to go pick stuff off a shelf, and they think just because they got a tomato or a piece of basil that it's going to be good, and they assume that it's going to be okay. And it's not. It's not.
No.
It's up to you, too, and get your opinion, everybody else's opinion on this. And we were talking about if we gave a recipe, we gave 5 people a meatball recipe with the same ingredients or bought from different places, it's going to taste 5 different ways. Every tomato
absolutely.
Not every spice is going to taste the same. Not every piece of fresh thyme is going to taste the same. That's why you always got to taste and season and adjust. And that's why you see a lot of chefs walking around with spoons.
Yeah.
I just walk around
you know what? It's not just the recipe. It's also the technique. So if you give that same recipe to 5 different people.
You guys come and talk to me any day. I'd love to have you. Here's Lisa, guys.
Yeah, thank you.
Hi, Deacon Beefy and everyone. Hey, how are you, Barbie?
Hi.
I actually met you not too long ago at an event in Bethlehem, PA, and was super excited about meeting you. My question is are you going to be at any events coming up soon, and where can we see you?
Yes. I am. I'm going to be at the Philadelphia Taste Food and Wine Festival in Philly, or in Valley Forge Casino and Resort in October.
Nice.
I'm actually going to be in New York at Luca's viewing party on 9/11. So that's in Astoria, I believe. I have to check the invite again. I am going to be at Culinary Fight Night on, I want to say, November 11th.
I was looking at that Culinary Fight Night.
What do we
I'm
got
going to be a judge.
Yeah, that sounds good.
I'm going to be a judge because you guys, I don't know if you know it, but I've gotten into judging, and it's really awesome. But I just got invited to do that, and so
Bobby, I have one more question. Where can I look? Can I go? Are you on the Facebook or do I go on Hell's Kitchen?
I'm on Facebook. I'm on Twitter, and I have chefbarbie.com. I have a calendar with my events right on my homepage. There's a little section, and whatever event I'm going to be at that's open to the public, I have it right there on the left-hand side.
You say that again, chefbarbie.com.
Chefbarbie.com.
And Big and Beefy, what's up with you guys? When are we going to be able to see you guys get into action?
We're in action every Sunday night at 6:30 live. Kick it off. We may change to Tuesday or Wednesday nights and go prime time. It depends on
We got to
schedule.
ask the boss.
Yep. And Barbie, I don't know if you remember, but
we're going to be before that. We're going to be at the March of Dimes.
Yes, we got the March of Dimes where we're judging on, I want to say, November 4th.
Yeah, it's a Monday.
4th.
Yeah, the beginning.
Barbie, if you remember, I did that thing at Roma Restaurant up in PA that we all went to at the casino. We went up to the Sands Casino and gambled, and that's where you met my friend Lisa. Yes, exactly. So, very cool. Definitely very cool. We got some.
I just want to let all you know that we love you and we love watching you guys on TV. And congratulations, and I wish you guys the best luck.
Thanks for calling in.
Thank you. Great call.
Thank you.
Get out of my TV. Goodbye.
I love you, Clemenza. Bye.
That was a little inside joke that I can't say what it was, but anyway, lots of fun going on. Barbie got a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah.
Barbie, I just know Rob is a big media whore. Rob does everything. Barbie, I think you may have him outbeat.
Yes, I think so.
I think you may have him outbeat. Rob always calls me when he's into if there's something going on in the culinary world, you're going to see a picture of Rob's face somewhere in the background up front, without a doubt.
Even if I'm not invited.
Yeah, even if not
photo
invited.
vomit. You know.
Yeah. You'll see like his face hopping over the fence, climbing over, looking in.
Yeah, well, that's what you got to do. And we got another caller.
Yes, we do.
You know what? The thing about it is, it's work, you know? And
it is a lot of work, yeah.
It's a lot of work.
Hang on
but
one
it's
sec,
a lot of fun.
Barbie.
Cool.
Let's see, who do we got on the line now?
Johnny Roman.
Oh! We got Big John from Staten Island. John, say hello to Chef Barbie from my season of Hell's Kitchen.
What's up, Bobby?
Hi, Johnny. How are you?
All right.
Johnny.
Burmeister.
What's up, pal? How you doing?
All right, bro.
Nice.
What's going on there, John? Where did John come? He came us on a couple of things.
He came on.
We judged the Staten Island thing, the taste of Staten Island, the taste of your sister's.
Yeah. The egg and taste of Staten Island.
That was it.
And he also came with us on the one at Ariana's for the hurricane
when we did
thing.
the hurricane thing at Ariana's. Yes.
A lot of vodka.
Yeah, a lot of vodka.
Wait, hold on. I gotta sponge back down my wife. She's taking a bath in the sink.
Did you just say sponge bath?
I don't know, but we know John definitely's got a couple of drinks in him.
It's drinks? Is that just alcohol?
Wow.
John definitely had a couple of drinks.
Yeah.
He's definitely had a couple of drinks, but John's a good guy. Love him to death.
Yeah.
But, Barbie, so you got your plate full. Let me ask you this. Where do you find the time to do all this stuff? This girl drives. We got to get you like a personal chauffeur at this time.
No, she's a full-time mom, too.
Yeah, I know.
I'm a full-time mom, and I homeschool my kids.
Oh, my God.
Wow.
And you farm.
Yeah.
Well, no. He farms. Ian farms. Ian's the farmer now. I'm back to being a chef. And I tend to my little private garden at home. And if anything happens and I'm needed on the farm, then I'll go. But I don't like bugs.
Yeah, I'm right with you.
I'm trying to teach people, you know what? You don't have to do it yourself. You can appreciate those who do it for you. So I'm following my own advice because I don't like bugs.
Okay.
Have you ever eaten bugs with all these rage?
Well, wait.
Yes.
Let me just say something, and I'm a little mad at Barbie and the whole red team for this one. But one of the challenges now, here's my biggest fear in life, and I'm telling you the God's honest truth. I'm no tough guy. I'm no whacked out guy. If you come up to me with a gun to my head, I'll probably be like, all right, so give me all your money. It's all right. Here, you got a gun. Here's my money. Who cares? Shoot me. If you came up to me holding a giant cockroach and said, give me all your money, I would freak the hell out and be told. Now, we lost a challenge on Hell's Kitchen, and I don't know if you know this, Barbie, but they gave us fried beetles, and we had to eat.
Hell no.
And I will say
no.
this.
I'm so glad that you lost.
Wait, I will say this, and I took a little tiny bite of the leg, and it tasted like a combination of steak and a pretzel, and now that part I can get to. Putting the whole thing in your mouth and chewing on that.
Okay, Clemenza,
no way.
You know what? You want to go there? You want a challenge, and we got lamb's testicles.
I like lamb balls.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were just boiled, bland lamb testicles.
Balls, but that was sounds right. But there's nothing wrong. No, we got tripe, and I like tripe, but it was just boiled and nasty too. But I would rather eat the lamb balls than the bug. What about Rob? What do you think? You rather eat the lamb ball or the bug?
I'd mix them together for a little
Well, you're totally out of your mind. I knew.
I got a nice fresh bag of.
Okay, I would rather eat the lamb testicles than the bugs.
Downstairs
from
Mexico. Yeah, my friend Diane.
Wait, Barbie, hang on. You got roasted crickets downstairs.
Yes.
And you'll eat them.
I eat them all the time.
I have to see this.
Yeah, they're good.
I think you're gonna have to run downstairs and get a cricket.
I don't even know where they are right now.
See him calling his bluff.
Well,
I'm calling his bluff.
I swear to God.
I don't think you'll eat a cricket. Matter of fact,
I'll tell you what.
This is what we're gonna do. Before I leave today, before we leave the studio, or during the week, we're gonna find the crickets, and I'm gonna put you on camera, and you gotta eat a cricket for me.
Yeah, we'll do it right after the show once we sign off.
I don't think I can eat a cricket.
They're good.
Okay, so you know that new show, Naked and Afraid?
Yes.
Have you guys been watching that?
Yes,
you have to see this. But they did like an ending show where they like recap stuff, and they showed, there was like a man, and they showed the biggest grub I have ever seen in my entire life, and him eating it. I would die.
Oh, this
First
is where
of
they
all,
dump you out in the middle of the woods naked?
Yeah.
Yes. First of all, I'm going to tell you, I would die on day one from dehydration from crying because I was naked and afraid. That is what I would die from. If I didn't die from the crying, I would die from trying to swallow a grub.
I think if I was on a show with Rob and he was naked, I would die.
Yeah, well, naked and afraid sounds like my first sexual experience by myself. But we actually have a clip of Clem being held up by a cockroach.
Yeah. Wow. Nice. Wait, here's a little unknown fact that happened on Hell's Kitchen that didn't make the air. I happened to be upstairs with all people, of course. I was with Tiffany. And I'm in the room and I hear screaming. Now, this is just after I hurt my leg really bad, which got kind of cut out of the show, too. But, I mean, I'm in excruciating pain. And I hear her screaming. And I go running out of the friggin' room, and there's this giant water bug. And I'm like, where is it? I go look, and the thing comes running at me. You've never seen a fat guy run so fast, and I ran behind her and pushed her in front of me. And I was screaming like, dude, I don't like these friggin' things.
We didn't have water bugs in our room. I wasn't a roommate with her. I'm just saying.
This was right up in the kitchen area. This was right up in the kitchen by the back door. Matter of fact, it was right by where the dishwasher was, a little off to the left. Yeah. And it freaked me out. And I'll tell you a better story. There was one night, I'm in my house in Brooklyn, when I lived in Brooklyn, and I'm sitting there and I see this giant water bug, and I can't get him. Now I'm so paranoid that the thing is going to crawl on me, and I'm trying not to fall asleep, so I put on sweatpants, a hoodie, gloves, goggles. And mind you, it's the middle of summer. It's 100 freaking degrees out.
Yeah.
I do not like these things. I still want to see you eat a cricket. I'm not letting.
We'll put up a picture of me eating cricket.
So Barbie, there's no way you'd go to one of these third world countries and eat a cricket or a spider what if it was a matter of survival?
Yes. That is the only exception to me eating bugs is if I were to go to a country where the culture accepted it and it was a daily practice and it would be disrespectful not to. And I would eat the bare minimum and say that I'm keeping my girlish figure and that's how, but I would not be disrespectful to the culture.
No, I hear you. You almost have to. It's not so much the ick factor comes from if you crunch into the head or the belly and it's going to squirt that bug juice in your mouth.
Yeah, like
if you say one more thing about a bug, I swear to God, I'm going to hang up on you.
All right, we'll get off the bug topic. We do have one other subject that we want to bring up, and I'd like to get both of your opinions on this. We do a culinary tip of the day. We were talking about sauce before, and I give everybody a little bit of a tip, and my tip is this. Instead of using sugar, if your tomatoes are too acidic, what's the word I'm looking for? Acidic. I couldn't spit that one out. Use carrot. Peel a carrot, cut it in a couple of pieces, put the carrot in the middle, add the tomato sauce, let it cook down, and the carrot will naturally absorb the acidity and naturally sweeten your sauce rather than adding sugar.
Or you can add a little white balsamic.
There you go. What about you, Barbie? You got a little tip for us of the day, a little Barbie tip of the day? I'm putting you on the spot. You know I am, but...
I can give you mine while you're thinking.
All right, go ahead, Rob.
Well, when you go, you're gung-ho. You go into a farmer's market, you're buying all your lettuce and stuff like that, and you just don't use it right away, and it starts getting wilted. Most people throw it out. I either make, a mock escarole soup or something like that, or, a big grilling romaine now, and it's awesome. But to bring it back to life, you soak it in ice cold water with a little cap full of white vinegar, and it's just as fresh as when it came out of the ground.
Really?
Yeah.
I have to try that.
Yeah, it's great. That's
normally
my
I'm a fat guy and my food don't last that long.
Right.
But if it ever does,
well, this is like coming from me who, 1 week I want to eat healthy, so I go to the store, I buy everything, and I can't even open my fridge without
cantaloupes, grapefruits, apples, watermelons, zucchinis, this and that.
Right.
And then by the time you're done,
you're sitting at McDonald's saying, I think I have something at home.
Yeah, with a bunch of wilted zucchini.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's my tip, is to soak the greens.
What about you, Barbie? You got a tip for everybody out there?
Yes. and it actually doesn't have to do with food, since you guys have food covered. It has to do with equipment.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I get a lot of questions about equipment. What appliances should I buy? Like, I don't have a lot of space. What should I do? Whatever appliances you buy should have a multi-purpose. If you buy a pancake griddle, don't just use it for pancakes. Use it for hot dog parties, grilled cheese parties, and pancakes, but not just for one, or making tortillas,
Right.
but not just one thing. So, you don't want to hog up your space with something that you can only use one time.
That's actually a great tip. Absolutely great tip. I like that.
Yeah. I mean,
and it's true because most people, a lot of people live in apartments and smaller houses. You're right, Barbie. You don't have room. It's like the chopping guy, the flip it, slip it, that infomercial where you got the all-in-one.
Slap chop.
The slap
How you
chop.
like my nuts?
Yeah. Hey, how you doing? But you're right, though. That's a very, very good point because most people don't have the room. And you're right. Why are you going to buy one thing for just pancakes? Use it for tacos. You can even do burgers on there.
Absolutely.
I used to do little house parties, like dinner parties, and have my baby Burmeisters. Everybody wanted the little sliders, and I used that griddle. It was the greatest thing in the world.
Yeah,
that's exactly what I do with my kids. I have teenagers. I get all different kinds of sliced breads, all different kinds of sliced cheeses. I cook up bacon. I caramelized onions. I slice pears and apples, and I put all kinds of smears down, mustards, chutneys, butter, and turn on the griddle, and I tell them, go for it. You make your own. And you would be so surprised at the combinations that the teenagers will come up with that they'll try on their own just because it's available for them.
Right, and they made it. They'll eat it if they make it.
Well, now that you just brought up teenagers, did you guys see the new Master Chef for kids?
Yes.
They're coming out with Master Chef.
There's a lot of shows with kids.
Yeah, Rachel Ray and Guy got
Fieri.
one now, and now Master Chef has one for the kids to come out. Barbie, I think you should get your kids on that. Let's
please. My kids are like, first of all, my son I would fire as a dishwasher. I love him to death, but he cannot be my dishwasher.
I gotta defend you. I gotta defend them because when you came down to Stuzzi's and we all ate, your kids without even saying anything got up and started helping, and I'm like, wow, where do I get some of these? I can't get my own employees to freaking help out, and there's your kids jumping right into the action. Very respectful.
That's the second part of what I was going to say. Now, the front of the house, they are definitely people kids. They are the best servers. Like, they're awesome. I have a quick story.
Absolutely.
So,
very respectful. Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I had my daughter at AC Food and Wine with me. Yeah, she shouldn't have been there, but she was. And I was on stage doing a demo, and, we're selling oleo, olive oil, and balsamics. And I set up the table, and I tell her, line up all the olive oil so you can see if somebody comes by and they take one without paying for it. So I'm on stage, I do my demo, I come off the stage, I come back to my booth, and it is surrounded by security, and I'm thinking, oh, God, they found out I have a 14-year-old working my booth, right? No, my daughter saw this guy take a bottle of olive oil. She called security, and security had this guy demanding to give this bottle of olive oil back to my 14-year-old. And I was like, I have a boss. Like, that's my kid. I was so proud. So proud.
You know what? You should be. And I think I'm going to have your kids come work in my place because I need some people like that.
Yeah.
They're going to be working closer to home. But when they go to college, they will definitely work for you if they go to college.
I need to steal them for just a day. They can straighten out my whole restaurant in one day.
Yeah, they could. For a day, you can borrow them for a day if they don't have to.
I've seen them in action at Stuzzi in Virginia. They're friggin' unbelievable.
Well, she said something about it couldn't even be a dishwasher. Dishwasher's a hard job, man.
No, not in the back of the house. He can't be in the back. He's too playful in the back of the house. Like, he cannot work in the back of the house with me. Like, I am hardcore. I'm nice, but I have zero tolerance for playing in the kitchen because it's dangerous.
Well, yes, and I agree, but I will say this because I have been in the kitchen with you. As pretty as she is, Barbie's actually quite funny to work with. I will say that. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to bring up anything that's going to put my foot in my mouth. But Barbie is definitely a very cool person to work side by side with. Nice. If there's anybody you want to be in the trenches with, it's Chef Barbie Marshall.
Aw, thank you, Clem. I told you on the show. Remember when they were on the show and they were like, oh, Barbie's making an alliance. I told Clem I would work with him anytime, and I have stood by that.
Because one of the people who just do things right, and there's no. She's not going to substitute. She's not going to shortcut anything. This is how it's supposed to be. This is what it is. And if you don't like it, too bad. And that's the attitude that should be taken.
Right.
And now, granted, there's some things you may have to shortcut in a pinch, but for the most part, Barbie doesn't shortcut anything. This is what it is. This is how I know how to do it. This is the proper way to do it, and this is how we're going to do it.
Right.
And that's what we need to do more of.
Well, I agree. Keep it simple. And that's really my method, and that's been my method since culinary school, is to keep it simple, not overcomplicate it. And I think that's some of the problem is people overcomplicate it, and the mistakes that they're making is them fumbling all over themselves.
Right. Well, that's a big thing too. You got some chefs that, they come up with great ideas, but they're not on the line, and then they expect these guys and girls that are, behind in the trenches to actually execute that dish while they're doing 50,000 other things. And you're right, simplify and just make it good.
I got to tell you a quick story of mine, and God rest his soul, my friend Johnny Guapo. About 10, 12 years ago, I worked at Rick's Seafood on Highland Boulevard over here. And we were getting this intern from the school. We needed some help, and we were getting some interns to come in for free. And the guy on the phone tells me, I'm sending you 2 interns. He's like, one of them is this really beautiful, drop-dead gorgeous girl. She's very shy. You got to teach her, but she's got great talent. So I said, okay, great, whatever. I don't care if it's girl, guy, blue, purple, as long as I got another set of hands.
Right.
So I'm thinking now we're going to get this beautiful girl. In walks this guy, we call him Johnny Guapo, 6 foot tall, collar shirt, 5 gold chains around his neck, a pair of Capizio shoes on, a piggy ring that can choke a horse. And I'm looking at him and I said, can I help you, sir? And he's like, I'm here to do my friggin' internship.
Oh.
I said, what happened to the beautiful girl? But here's the point of the story is this kid was a great, great cook. And he always wanted to say, how come you don't put any of my ideas on the menu? I said, John, they're great ideas. But here's the thing, like you just said, can you execute them proper, and can you do 50 or 60 of these in a night that are all going to come out the same way?
Right.
And if you don't have the resources to do, whether it be the amount of people on the line or the equipment or whatever, or what have you, don't put it on the menu. Because then it becomes a bad idea and it becomes a bad dish. Conceptually, the idea may be great, but again, if you can't produce enough of them the right way from truck to table, don't do it.
Right. Exactly.
Don't do it. That's where a lot of these guys go wrong. There was a place in Virginia, I'm not going to say the name of the place because I don't want to put anybody under the bus. If you look at the menu, you want to take a bite of the menu. But the execution was the most hard. I'm like, everything on the menu was phenomenal, great ideas. When the technique and the presentation was just god-awful.
Right.
And whatever. But you know what? It's been
I have an extern story. You want to hear my extern story?
Let's hear it. I always want to hear an extern story. Yeah, I can't even say it, but I want to hear it.
So I go into this kitchen to do a pop-up dinner, a collaboration dinner, I should say. And there's an extern there, and the staff says, don't talk to him. He'll just make you stupid, which is never a good sign. And so I'm introduced. I'm wearing plain clothes, and I'm introduced. This is Chef Barbie, and the intern turns to me and says, oh, you're a bartender. I know that me and this kid are getting off on the wrong foot, So a week later, I come back in, and we're breaking down this huge pig. You see the pictures of breaking down these huge pigs. Like, it's a 220-pound pig. And this kid is like, I'm like, I need you to go get me a fish flat and label it. And I look at the fish flat, and it's like hieroglyphics. And I'm like, dude, I need you to fold and block print pig on a fish flat and write date. And so, I'm in this kitchen, and they're all CIA grads, so they're talking about college, and they're talking about, professors that I don't know anything about because I went to Johnson & Wales. So it comes up, where'd you go to school, Barbie? And I say Johnson & Wales. And this kid says, oh, that's where I go. And, I have a filter sometimes, but I literally blurted out of my face, you are embarrassing me. Like, hold on, wait a minute. So I take this kid underneath my wing, and I tell him, you have a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Not a great opportunity, a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Don't mess it up. So this is a message for all, interns. If you get a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, take it.
Right.
Embellish in it. Run with it. But don't mess it up. don't. If you're in culinary school, you represent the past, the present, and the future of our field. Don't embarrass your alma mater. Don't have an alumni standing in front of you saying, you are embarrassing me. Because if I'm your alumni, I will tell you.
Yeah, exactly. Well, here's the other thing, too, with a lot of interns and people. Look, when you come out of, and I got a little cocky, too, like when I graduated high school and I got my first job at Tribeca Grill, and I thought I was a little big in bed. Look, I'm 20 years into doing this, and I know nothing. There's a world of stuff I need to learn. Be humble about it. Don't get cocky because you think you're in CIA, which to me stands for Cook It Again rather than Culinary Institute of America, but I won't go there. You know, be humble. Like you're saying, appreciate the opportunity that you have and learn, whether it's from the chef, the sous chef, the dishwasher.
I've learned some great stuff from the dishwasher.
Absolutely. I totally agree.
I never knew about grouper cheeks until when I was working in Florida.
How about sweet cheeks? Hey, how you doing?
But I tell you what, like stewing fish heads and stuff like that was some of the greatest, like, you know, what do they call that? You know, like pauper's food or something, you know, like when the
comfort food?
Pauper, like
a peasant dish.
That's comfort food.
Yeah,
See,
exactly.
To me, that's comfort food. Like anything culture, comfort food to me does not mean Southern food. Not at all. It means
not at all.
whatever makes you feel comfortable and like home. And if your home happens to be like Vietnam or like America, it doesn't matter. It still falls under comfort to me.
Right,
and
all right.
I feel like a lot of people, sometimes they close themselves off to those dishes because they're not familiar with it. But if they just open up, like give it a try. Some of the flavors are just completely not what you are accustomed to, but it doesn't make them bad. It just makes them different.
Right. Barbie, we have another caller. How you doing? Welcome to Big and Beefy. Who's calling?
Hello, how you doing? This is Phil, actually, from Staten Island, New York. One of Clem's old buddies.
We have Phil on the line from New York Rocks out there. What are you doing,
Hey, Phil, how you doing, man?
You know,
love your show.
I almost forgot with all the sports on today with the Jets winning and the Mets actually won too. So it's like that was a miracle.
Nice, and we're gonna have the Giants winning tonight, hopefully at 8:30.
Phil, we got Chef Barbie on the line too from my season of Hell's Kitchen. Say hello to Barbie.
Oh, how you doing, Barbie?
I'm well. How are you?
Yeah, we like our sports, and we, you know, of course we love to eat, you know.
Nice.
I gotta
hand in
tell you
hand.
this. I know Phil from about 25 years ago. Me and Phil know each other a long time, and my first job in the culinary world was in my dad. Phil, I'm going to tell the story, and I think you know the story I'm going to tell. Phil and I worked for my dad at his pizzeria called San Gennaro Pizza, and I was learning how to do that. Phil was working my father, delivering, doing all kinds of stuff. And we're about to close one night. We get a delivery. It's all the way on the other side of the island. And my father tells Phil, you got to go. Phil doesn't want to go. And I don't blame Phil. So Phil takes the pie out there.
Right? It was like 9 o'clock at night. We were closing.
Phil takes the pie out there, and the woman doesn't tip him. The next thing you know, I'm getting a phone call from the lady on the phone screaming, "You're driving on my grass with his car doing donuts."
I knocked over a garbage pail. She stiffed me on the tip, you know. I mean, we told her it's out of the range of where we have to go, and we're closed. But the lady said, no, and she insisted or whatever, and the father's like, well, to satisfy the customers, you know.
Nice. Phil, real quick, why don't you tell us a little bit about New York Rocks and what you've been up to, and, you know, give yourself a little plug right now.
Well, that'd be great. Thanks a lot. You know, I started New York Rocks about 10 years ago. I started in doing, like, indie music scene, filming out in Staten Island with the camera. First started out with Staten Island Rocks, but wasn't really rocking, you know? And then the scene, you know, I seen the music scene starting to come back. You know, it was more just hip-hop and, you know, and like, but the indie music rock scene started to come back. So then I got inspired after 9/11, actually, which is another 2 more days. I got inspired to call the show New York Rocks after a couple of years. And I started doing a studio show in Staten Island, Time Warner Cable, and then I put it out in Brooklyn Cable and Manhattan Cable. And basically I was inspired by 9/11, you know. it just inspired me to go after your dreams in life, and and this is something that that can lift us up and make us feel good again, because we were all down and out. I lost so many friends on 9/11,
Right, we all did, yeah.
This is a way, feel better,
well, Staten Island took a big hit.
Yep.
But well, I watch your show a lot. I remember you watching the one where you were at the benefit they were building the house. The Silla brothers, the Silla Foundation was building the house for the kid that lost his arms and legs in the war.
I actually remember that too. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw a couple
Brandon
of
Morocco. That's a miracle, man. Actually, they sewed arms on him, and real arms, back onto him from somebody else, and now he has arms again. Isn't that's a miracle?
That is amazing.
He's the first quadruple amputee to ever live, after something so tragic like that. And, it's a miracle what they could do, with in science today and, with surgery, because it is kind of like scientific, doing something like that is experimental, you know what I mean? It's never been really done, actual, human arms sewn back onto somebody, and he's able to, he had very good progress. He's able to move them, and it's a miracle,
Yeah, well, you got guys like that, and he'll probably do a million things with his new arms and stuff. Like even for the Olympics, I saw that guy with no legs running. I can't even get off the couch, and this guy's running with no legs.
I can't even get through the couch.
Yeah, but it's amazing.
Determination, man. You got determination to do something. You'll do it, and just like what Clem's doing, and what you guys are doing. You guys are going after your dreams. You want to be a chef, and now you want to be in the media. You want to start your own show. You could do anything you want to do, but you got to do it. You know what I mean? You got to make it happen.
Phil, I'll say this, and I'm not trying to pump myself up here in any way, shape, or form. I'm really not. But I will say this: at the age of 40, at my size, my weight, I got asthma. I got a couple other things wrong with me. I'm half deaf in one ear.
What?
Just but. Fuck you. But just to do Hell's Kitchen alone was a struggle for me. And I didn't give up. And like Phil said, it's all about the passion and the determination. If you want something bad enough, go out there, get it.
Right, it's not going to come to you.
Don't let people, look, I got people that tell me, you're crazy for doing this podcast. It ain't going to go nowhere. You know what? This is what we're doing. We got a great response. We got hundreds of viewers already. We got dozens of calls already. And we're doing what we love to do.
Everybody doubts. We all have doubts. Doubts. But the only thing you can't do in life is quit. Quitting is like the easy thing. The hard thing is to go through the struggle. And you always got to go through the struggle. And you got to remember, you're always a success. It's only you that make yourself a failure. You know what I mean?
I gotta say, Phil, not to cut you off, but I gotta say to Barbie. And Barbie, you know that from HK. We got smacked down a lot of times, and Barbie fought back harder than anybody too on that show.
Yeah.
We ain't perfect by any means, and we got our asses handed to us, and we kept coming back.
Yeah. Somebody asked me about dealing with the red team. Like, a lot of times I wasn't up there because I was a live emoji. Because I could tell you to go F off with my eyes. That's why I got put up for elimination.
And I can
9 times out of 10,
very well.
it had nothing to do with my food.
When Barbie gives you that look, sorry to interrupt you, Barbie, but when Barbie gives you that look, trust me, stand clear.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
But no, the problem is I have no control over it, and I probably should work on it. But then again, I don't want to, because it's easier to just look at you and tell you without words that you're stupid.
That's why I really love you.
It's just that. Stay in school, kids. I went to Turkey Hill the other day. I gave this girl, I had $9.42 was my total. I gave the girl $20. She punched it in. As I was saying, wait, I have 50 cents. She looked at me. She looked at the 50 cents in her hand, and I said, my change is $11.08. She punched it into the calculator and came up with $9.58. And I looked at her. And she said, that's not right. I said, no. She punched it in the calculator again, and she gave me $11.04 change. And I was like, you know what? this is not a kid. This is like an 18-year-old. An 18-year-old that can't do the basic math in her head and also can't use a calculator.
You really want to screw people up? Wait, go through the drive-thru with a $100 bill.
They don't take it.
Go to any drive-thru. Yeah, you actually.
Well, because kids right now, everything is done for them. There's computers and all that.
You hit a button and that's it.
I mean, when I grew up, I had to use an abacus.
And even me, Rob, if you ask me your phone number, I don't even have a clue what the first 3 digits of your phone number are. Because all they do is they put you in my phone and I hit Rob.
Right.
And that's what these kids are doing. And it's a shame because it's ruined. Look, when we were kids, what did we have to go outside and play with? A bike, some marbles, some chalk.
Sure.
And whatever we found, right, Phil? We grew up in Staten Island.
Tennis ball, punch ball.
Yeah.
A wiffle ball.
One moment I was delivering pizza. The next moment I was frying eggplant in the back. And then I was making pizza dough. I was like, wait a second, I'm supposed to be the delivery guy over here. What's going on?
Phil all over the place, let me tell you. Those were the good old days, Phil. That's when things were different.
Yeah. Well, when I had to make the pizza pie for Robert De Niro.
And that... we got
everything on it.
We got to cut through, guys. We got to cut to a commercial real quick. Hang on the line. We're going to be back in 1 minute.
All right. This is Vice AG.
Our latest sponsor to the Wacko Network is OneVice.ag. OneVice.ag is the place to be seen for all of your online gaming needs. Competitions, free contests, free registrations, friend referrals, bonuses, and you get your money in a hurry and 24-hour customer service chat available online. Please visit their Facebook fan page and click the like button, then leave a comment saying you heard about them from the Wacko Network. And remember, at OneVice, what's life without one?
All right, we're back.
Are we there? Phil, Barbie.
I'm here.
Hey.
All right.
All right.
Phil, you there? Still Phil.
We're all here.
All right.
Hey, Bob.
We got Bob in the background too now. What's going on there, Bob?
Well, I got to tell you, I mean, I checked the numbers at the halfway point here for you with the show here that you're doing right now, man, and I'm telling you, you guys are totally rocking it, man, and I got to tell you, man.
Nice.
All right.
You guys are the
Barbie,
superstars.
we got Phil, we got Craig and Rob, we got the fat kid Clemenza on the line. Can't believe we only got
you got any food over there or what? What goes on? Do you do some snacks?
I have food.
I want to end the show with one quick question, Phil, since we brought up the pizzeria and work. And Phil, I want your opinion. Barbie, Rob, Wacko, I want all your opinion on this. 10 years ago, when pizza was, I'm going even 20 years ago when I was a kid, pizza is just not the same anymore. It's become nothing but crappy mozzarella cheese. It's all about
pre-shredded with the cornstarch on
exactly,
it.
Exactly. I can't find a real slice of pizza anywhere anymore. 90% of it to me has become garbage.
Yeah.
Napoli.
Can I help you with that?
Go ahead.
Napoli.
2 places in Philadelphia that I have been to that have absolutely spectacular pizza lately. Pizzeria Badia at 2nd and Girard and Pizzeria Vetri. Mark Vetri just opened on Friday a pizzeria place. So
right,
what makes good pizza? Me and my mother.
Both are using local ingredients on top of their pizza too. The crust's amazing. The ingredients amazing.
All right, here's the question. All right, wait. Here's a question for you guys, and it is my ongoing debate too. What makes the pizza? Is it the crust? Is it the sauce? Or is it the cheese?
I think it's
all of it.
Yes.
I think it's the sauce.
I could just eat crust.
I think if the sauce really stinks, then it's all good.
It's all three because a horrible sauce can ruin the crust.
If you had to put them in order, what would you say would be the first one? I would have to say the crust. Because even if you did crust with a decent sauce and a decent cheese, you're still going to have a decent pie. But if you did bad crust with good sauce and good mozzarella, it's not going to be good.
Right.
So the crust has to be, to me, in my mind, is the most important thing.
Agreed.
You must have did your pizza homework before that question. See, you had an insight. You asked the question. You knew.
I'm just a fat kid. I love pizza.
He's probably got every pizza from New York in front of him. That's
Let me tell you something, Phil.
I used to be just like you, Clem. It used to always be pizza. Now I can't get enough. Now I can't get enough of New York strip steak.
There you go. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, you got
Ooh, I have Clemenza.
Yes.
When I was living in Italy, it's Napolitan pizza.
Well, that's my uncle. We did a place in Virginia called Stuzy, and it's true Neapolitan pizza, and the oven was flown in from Italy. And Barbie, you've been there. We make fresh mozzarella every day. We fly in buffalo mozzarella 3 times a week. And the key to the tomato. And Barbie and Rob, I know you noticed, is a true San Marzano tomato from the San Marzano region of Italy.
Oh, we got one more call.
We got another caller.
We only got a few minutes left, but
let's see what it is.
San Marzano's rock.
Hello.
Big and Beefy. What's up?
Is this Rob?
This is Rob.
Rob,
Who
it's
we got?
Ray.
Ray.
From New York.
What is
Hold on, Rob. Let me put you on speakerphone. Hold on, Ray. Hold on, Rob.
All right, this guy Ray. I worked with him on the line at Liberty House in Jersey City. This guy is one. I want to work with him for the rest of my life.
Nice.
No.
No.
If I had a super team, we'd all be on it. Me and Ray would sneak out. We did catering over there. We would sneak out into the bay over there and go fishing and catch these little snappers and stuff and just go right in the kitchen, bread them up, fry them. The guy's a fisherman. He's a truck driver and a kick-ass wife. What's up, Ray?
What's going on, brother Rob? I'm sitting on the on the patio hanging out.
Nice. So what are you cooking up? He just made a kick-ass grill. He refurbished it. He sent me a picture the other day with 30 things going on it.
Nice.
Rob, I just finished cooking on it. I grilled some chicken. I made some vodka pasta for the family, hanging out with my daughter, my sister-in-law, and everybody. We're just hanging out. We're in Belleville, New Jersey.
Nice. Yeah, Ray. Well, we got Barbie on the line from Hell's Kitchen 10. You got it. This is Ray. I swear to God, the guy's the greatest ever.
Thanks, Rob. I appreciate that. Hi, Barbie.
Let me tell you something. He's got the longest dreadlocks. But it's awesome because he puts them up under under that chef hat. Nice. I swear to God, this guy can cook. But yeah, you got any questions for Barbie?
Barbie.
Yeah.
What's it like? How was Hell's Kitchen?
Hell's Kitchen was an amazing experience. It really, 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 really was an amazing experience. I met a lot of cool people. I know, on the show, you don't really get a chance to see that I still have maintained friendships and bonds that, no one else will share with me. It was just awesome.
And now, Barbie, can you do me a favor and try to talk Ray? I'm trying to get him to do Chopped on the Food Network. And he keeps backing
you know what?
out.
My problem with Chopped is I cannot figure out what I would do with lamb testicles and boxed macaroni and cheese. An apple.
With that. My problem with Chopped is these motherfuckers won't put me on my damn show. And I've been trying and they answer me all the time by email saying, yeah, great, you've been on Hell's Kitchen, we'll get back to you. And I'm like, everybody I know from Staten Island has been on this freaking show.
Including myself, but it also hurt me to go on other shows because of all that contract stuff.
I can do a lot with lamb balls and macaroni and cheese.
I know. I've seen Clem do a lot of things with balls.
Yes, you have.
Yeah. But
show.
All right. Well, we're winding down. Ray, thanks for the call. Phil, thanks for calling in. Ray, I'll be in touch. We got a couple of minutes
keep
left.
in touch and let me know if you guys.
Can I shout out my website in case anybody wants to check out it?
Okay, Phil, let's hear it. It's gofuckyourself.com.
Oh my God!
Hey, Rob. I'm doing work and I'm putting it on YouTube, of course, NY Rocks TV and nyrockstv.com, and I'm just producing different segments, different interviews with different various musical artists, doing some music videos, stuff like that, commercials. I'm getting there little by little. I'm hitting all different ways, all different things. But I want to thank you very much for having me on and giving me a little bit of time. It's great having you as a friend, and you guys. Best of luck to you guys. All right.
All right.
Thank you, Phil.
Call again, man.
All right. We got a nice second.
Ray, what's up, Ray?
Hey, Rob. Let me do one impression before I go.
You got it.
Hey, Rob, you gonna make the steak up, dude. What are you going to do? Shut up. Who's that, Rob?
That was Victor.
Nice.
Oh, my gosh.
All right,
Rob. I'll talk to you later.
All right.
We got 1 minute. Let's wrap it up. Barbie.
We'd like to thank Barbie a lot. She
Chef
was
Barbie
really
Marshall.
great.
Barbie,
Thank you guys for having me.
You want to plug your website real quick again?
Sure, I'm Chef Barbie Marshall. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter at Barbie Marshall, and my website is chefbarbie.com.
All
by
right,
the way,
Bobby,
Barbie
and you can
officially
reach
told
us
me how to
at
use Twitter.
you can reach us on our email ctf with bigandbeefy@gmail.com. You can hit up our Facebook page, Chewing the Fat with Big and Beefy, and keep these calls coming.
Yeah.
We'd like to thank Barbie. We'd like to thank Bob and Kat and everyone else. So we'll see you next week. All right,
Have a
take
good night,
it easy,
Barbie.
Beefy.
I'll talk to you later. I'm going to call you either later or tomorrow. Guys, this is our second show. I'd like to thank everybody.
All right.
Love you guys.
All right.
Peace out.
And this is my impression of a drill instructor directing a musical.
Town hut! Get those tap heels in line and let me see those jazz hands! Are you bundling your home and auto insurance through Progressive? Can you hear me through those sequins?
Bundle your home and auto through Progressive and save.
Left, and step no change.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates. Home insurance provided and serviced by other select insurers.
This weekend at Kohl's, there's still time to save on great gifts for Dad, like a new dress shirt or tie, only $19.99. Give him a watch gift set for only $27.99. And save 50 to 60% on a performance golf shirt. And no matter how you pay, take an extra 20% off these already great sale prices. Everyone gets Kohl's cash, too. Thursday through Sunday at Kohl's. Now that's the good stuff. Kohl's. Select styles offer valid June 16th through 19th. Some exclusions apply. See store or Kohl's.com for details. Select styles offer valid June 16th through 19th. Some exclusions apply. See store or Kohl's.com for details. Select styles offer valid June 16th through 19th. Some exclusions apply. See store or Kohl's.com for details. Select styles offer valid June 16th through 19th. Some exclusions apply. See store or Kohl's.com for details. Select styles offer valid June 16th through 19th. Some exclusions apply. See store or Kohl's.com for details. Select styles offer valid June 16th through 19th. Some exclusions apply. See store or Kohl's.com for details. Select styles offer valid June 16th through 19th. Some exclusions apply. See store or Kohl's.com for details.